welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Search Vector Podcast, 6040 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
And I am Alex Midway, and I'm feeling all right. How's your day going?
Pretty miserable. The Raiders suck real bad. Fantasy football is a scam. And I was so mad I couldn't go to sleep till almost 2 a.m., so running on fumes.
Did you at least drink heavily to make up for feeling horrible this morning?
No, I did not drink more. It got to the point, it got so bad into the third quarter. My darling fiance said, fudge this, I'm going to sleep, and honestly turned the beer sour.
I'm honestly surprised she stayed till the third quarter. Kudos to that lady.
Me too, because I was swearing and it was getting worse.
I mean, back in the day when the Bills used to suck, and they might go back to sucking again, but not yet, we used to drink heavily and jump through tables. That was our coping mechanism, and it seems like you don't have a coping mechanism.
Well, they moved out of Oakland, so we can't freebase anymore. Yeah, it's miserable.
Freebase is a state of mind, my guy. You ain't got to be in one place for it.
We'll go travel. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah. Go to your happy place. High on meth.
Yeah. Meth couldn't have taken that taste out of my mouth from last night. Disgusted. Allegedly.
If you want more bad taste in your mouth, let's get to work in here. Let's hit you with a Tesla ticker. It's 409 was at the close on Monday. We left you with 404 last Thursday. And it went as high as 423. Today it's kind of at 401. Didn't really have that much action, but yesterday that thing was popping on and off. And this all comes on the news of Peter Thiel's hedge fund, Thiel Macro, selling off 76% of their Tesla stock. So that's not a bullish indicator, and yet this thing just continues to rise.
I could be mistaken, but I think he also did something very similar with NVIDIA.
Yes, him and Michael Bubby, or the guy from The Big Short, they're both shorting NVIDIA. Michael's actually stopping his hedge fund because he's like, I don't get it anymore. He's like, I'm just betting against these stocks, and I'm betting the fact that they're overpriced. So a lot of pullback towards the AI sector.
I think this has anything to do with PD being named in that Epstein drop.
It might have something to do with our podcast. I think some of our new listeners is actually Peter Thiel himself, a contrarian at play, and he's been getting our advice. So you're welcome, Pete.
Yeah, and if you want us to stop talking about the Epstein files, be like APAC and give me monies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been talking about the stock market being a joke for a minute, and honestly, I'm no closer to understanding why it works and whether it should even be a thing, but I finally figured it out a little bit more about it, and I'm going to use a fancy word. It's the Ouroboros. It's the snake eat its own tail thing, because the hedge funds are out unloading this Tesla stock, and a company named Stiefel has upgraded their outlook from 483 to 508, and that's kind of why it's going up. And do you know who Stiefel is?
I don't.
So the short answer, it's an investment bank. But according to their website, it's Stiefel Financial Corp. is an American multinational independent investment bank and financial services company created under the Stiefel name in July of 1983 and listed on the New York Stock Exchange on November 24th in 1986. So in case you're keeping track, this is an organization that helps drive market sentiment on stocks. And it also benefits if those stocks gain or lose value. It's kind of like it's the equivalent of a student writing the actual textbook for the course itself. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Seems pretty smart. I don't know how that sounds like kosher, but I guess.
An investment bank that tells people on which stocks to invest is also in charge of providing things that drive the stock to move up or down. I don't know if have we just become so dulled to the conflict of interest, or I don't know, man, that seems legit to me.
Yeah, I don't know. When you can make money on things losing value, I feel like it's got to, something's rigged, and I'm not smart or rich enough to understand it. But it seems like if you're going to buy stock, you'd want it to go up. But evidently, you can also profit by it going down, and I do not understand that.
Shorting stocks is essentially when you buy it at a certain price and then you kind of, it's off the top of my head that I'm running short on my coffee, but it's, you kind of sell it back, but you sell it back. You you have someone buy it and then you essentially say that it's going to go to this price, and when it does hit that price, you buy it at that price, so you split the difference. And I'll look more into this next time, but it just didn't make sense to me that an investment bank that dictates like prices can tell everyone like, oh yeah, we also help you invest. Like, it's why it's when, remember the first administration when a guy in charge of a postal service used to be the head of FedEx?
Yeah. Well, that settles it for me. We should murder everyone that wears a tie.
So one guy who doesn't wear a tie is Zelensky. So we're jumping right on over to our Ukraine update. And last month he went ahead and negotiated about 150 Swedish Gripen fighter jets, because they have F-16s, but again, with the administration, it's the red light, green light on when they're going to get any sort of supplies. And just earlier this week, he went ahead and just negotiated for 100 French Rafale jets, radar systems, and SAMPT air defense system as well. And a SAMPT is kind of the equivalent of a Patriot system. And some of the reports are coming out that it performs actually better in Ukraine than a Patriot missile system. And the fact that the EU is actually willing to go ahead and give it to them, or even sell it to them, and the U.S. is like, I don't know, man, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Like, yeah, it operates better because it's effing there.
I'm advising everyone to invest in Europe right now.
I mean, I've got stock in Rheinmetall, the guys who build tanks. I'm like, this thing is only going to go up.
Oh, well, you know, somebody's profiting off Ukraine sticking it out for 3 years. So congratulations, Halliburton. Like, I don't know, man.
What's it called? It was a one thing. It's like this one guy. It's like it's shown a text chain between him and his fiance, and she's like, $15,000 withdrawal from a bank. Is like, is that an engagement ring? And it's just him buying war stocks like Lockheed Martin, Tails, and everything else.
It works. It works great.
I mean, that ring's just going to depreciate. Those war bonds are going to go right on up.
Yeah, diamonds fluctuate in price. We got to hit now on war.
I mean, we're going to get more into it today as we go over a bunch of things that we're doing. But there's some downside to the whole SAMPT system and the jets and everything else. There's technically no like timelines on when they're going to get delivered. The earliest I've seen is like sometime next year. And honestly, like when you're getting bombed by cruise missiles and drones daily, like a holiday season tends to last a little bit longer. The French also went ahead and said that it's about a 3-year train up to understand what the Rafale fighter is, and that makes sense. It's a next-gen fighter. It's not like you're hopping in your Mitsubishi P0, punching in the coordinates to Moscow, putting on a bandana and screaming Banzai. Like, there's a lot of stuff you got to learn in this thing before you take off.
I don't know. What happened to good old-fashioned, like, here's the bomb, just drop it?
I mean, that's what Russia's doing. It's like, I don't know, school district, factory, just send them in that general direction. Anything west of us can get it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But 3 years to train on it, like, best case scenario for Ukraine in this case is this war is still going on in 4 years.
I mean, technically it was done by like someone from the French military, and I guess that might be from just square one. But if you know how to drive a Ferrari on like an F1 track, like chances are you could probably move over to the Lamborghini with a little bit less of a workup than if it's just me and you coming off a Gran Turismo simulator, like, let's do this.
Obviously, he hasn't drank enough.
You need to get to the level of Raiders 2025, like, done.
That guy smells like he had 64 high lifes. You're like, put him in it.
If you don't look like you're part of a 60s team of Raiders.
Yeah.
There's
So
no
hopped
glass
up on
limit for
amphetamines
tests.
and booze.
What do you mean you're not smoking cigarettes on the sidelines?
No ashtray?
The NFL's gone soft. Next thing you know, you're gonna get rid of the hip drop tackles.
Yeah, yeah. What happened in the NFL where you used to be able to smoke on the sidelines? Like when we were a real country. That's when I want to be great again.
The 40 time was 6 seconds. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, performance suffered, but I mean, those guys looked like they were having fun.
They all died at 38, but you know what? We all had a shot at becoming an NFL champion.
Not a single one of them had CTE. Like, well, no, they all had CTE. You just didn't test for it. Like, no, if they weren't diagnosed with it, they didn't have it. Like, they had
So that's the
everything
rules.
from CTE.
Oh, no. The steroids kept them safe.
What's that? You broke up. Yeah.
So I said the steroids kept them safe.
Yeah. I mean, it helps you insulate. The bigger you are, the less of an impact anything's going to have.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of you crying about microplastics.
So, another thing going back, but we got to get on track here. We got quite a few things to discuss today. It's one of the things that's populated my timeline is a video of Putin from 2002, where he's talking about like he's got no issues with Ukraine joining NATO, and then I ended up looking at a website from Harvard that noted some other things that he said. And at the 10-year anniversary of Ukraine's independence, Putin said the following thing: Russia has a vital stake in a stable, successful, and economically powerful Ukraine. My country needs and values such a neighbor. And boy, oh boy, how far we've come from that place.
Well, times change, I guess.
Like, to have your mindset just go completely like, yeah, man, we're cool with you guys. Like, and now it's like, yeah, you guys shouldn't even exist. Like, you spoke on our 10th anniversary. Like, yeah, go F yourselves. Like, it's like you being the best man and you're like, I want both of you dead. Like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, Wayne, it was 2001. They were different people. This was, right before 9/11 hit and, before you discovered that ancient map where they own Ukraine. I don't know.
Some reason came in there. But let's keep it back stateside. Let's do a little bit, all politics is local, so let's do that. One thing, like, I've been noticing is, and it's kind of like my feel-good story of the day, every day, is people who pop up on my timeline, and it used to be people just crying over Trump. Now they're not really crying, but they're more like anger. It's like the stages of grief. They're like, what the hell, man? Like, I thought he was all for America. And then, like, he's doing all these things. And it's like MAGA people finding out that the MAGA acronym doesn't really work and that the new acronym is now METRA. Make Trump rich again. And I think that's the one I'm going to be rolling with.
That's the problem with most cults. You put all your faith in a narcissist who only loves himself. And then you're like, I'll get the trickle down love. Like, there is none, sweet pea. You're just screwed.
Like, you join one of those cults, like, yeah, man, the guy gets to bang a bunch of broads. Like, it's awesome. And you're like, wait a second, I got to wash the kitchen floor? Like, where are my 6 wives? Like, no, that's only for Supreme Leader. Like, this place sucks.
Guess I'll just keep cleaning this golden toilet.
Like, well, at least we're scheduled to have fruit punch in the lobby at noon today.
God, if there was ever a time I wished a cult had that Kool-Aid, it is this instant.
I mean, our Kool-Aid's going to be with nuclear football going off. You're like, we're all going down together. I know none of you would want to live. Like, no, I want to live.
Our Kool-Aid's going to be unprocessed water coming out of our faucets thanks to RFK.
Relax, I got rid of the chlorine and put in poop. Like, why would you do that?
Fecal matter cleans more than it hurts.
It might give you pink eye, but it doesn't cause autism. Like, well, no studies have been done. None of them will be.
Also, you better not be circumcised.
Speaking of that, let me see it. Pull it out.
I got told, because as you know, I hate doctors. and healthcare in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a simple theory of like, if you can go to sleep, right, and wake up and it's a little bit better, just sleep it off. You'll be fine in a couple days.
Yeah.
And my fiance, telling me I'm wrong, likened my thought process to RFK, and wedding might be off.
No. I mean, guys have been doing this since the end of time. You're like, whatever, man. If the next morning I feel just a fraction better, like I'm golden. Like back in the Marines, like you'd break something and Doc would come up to you and be like, hey, man, have you drank enough water? Like, Doc, I can see my bone. He's like, cool. Well, have you changed your socks and taken this ibuprofen? Like, what the F is going on here? Like, we have free healthcare. Like, oh, this is the best you're going to get, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that one hurt. That one stuck me right in my chest. That one hurt.
No, it's normal. I mean, it's nothing different about that. It's just what guys do. But let's get back on track here. Speaking of narcissists and everything else, like today we're going to do a little bit of a dive on the corruption. And there's a lot of reasons why Trump came into office, like the fact that he's a narcissist. He likes hearing himself. The fact that the Supreme Court told him, like, hey, man, you get a get out of jail free card. You do whatever the F you want. Oh, my God, this is awesome. And, like, he just keeps getting things. Like, today we're going to focus on all the things that he's getting and how it's doing absolutely nothing for us as a country. So, are you ready to dive on in?
Let's see. Let's figure out why we're poor.
The royal we. And it's essentially, all of this started with, like, the jet from Qatar. And initially, like, that was the first one that came out. And that one right there was more than all of his gifts from the first administration just combined. Like, it was an effing jet. And at first, it started out, he's like, no, this is a jet that's going to be for the president, and it's going to stay with the president. And we just saved $400 million. Like, this is a great deal. And, like, within a month or two, we've been like, oh, also, we have to retrofit. It's going to be almost $1 billion. Like, what the F? He's like, and I'm going to be taking it with me when I leave. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, it all changed from, like, I'm doing this for the people, like, no, this is mine.
You know, I was thinking about this not that long ago. If he was not born rich, like $400 million on your 18th birthday rich,
Yeah.
you know, the scumbag would just be selling used cars.
Oh, yeah. He'd be telling you about, him and RFK would be peddling something. They'd be doing Alpha Brain commercials.
Well, I guess they'd still end up with Rogan, so we'd probably be in the same place.
Still trying to get some sort of a fight, except it wouldn't be sanctioned in a White House law. And he's like, give me back my D pills. He's like, get out of here, sir.
I need my boner meds.
So, I mean, that was the whole thing with a cutter jet. And honestly, I would not be the least bit surprised if by the end of a whole, like when he's supposed to leave, he's like, listen, if I leave, that's going to cost the taxpayers $1 billion. Like, you guys make more money if I stay here and a jet stays here. Like, well, you know what actually makes financial sense? MAGA and all. Like, wrong. Metro, baby.
Yeah, things are so much cheaper and everybody's so much richer right now.
Oh, we're doing all of that today. So, like, the cutter jet just kind of like wet his beak. It's like the whole thing with the mafia, like, get a little taste. He gets a little taste, and then he comes out and he slaps tariffs on everybody and their mother. So some people are starting to get the game, and South Korea shows up. They're like, hey, man, we think you're really smart. He's like, I know. He's like, you're a genius. Like, I know. And they're like, hey, man, how about a giant crown? He's like, oh, F yeah. And it might have been a little bit of a backhanded compliment because apparently, like, the empire that had that crown had belonged to was a replica. They went and passed away, and they actually went bankrupt. They had horrible financial policies. But all this guy could see was just a gold crown. And I'm starting to get the connection that's like, the way that Schmeagol looked at the One Ring is the way that Trump looks at gold. He's like, I don't care what it means. Like, that S is shiny.
Yeah. It's so wild that, like, his two things are gold and 14-year-old girls. And we've just all collectively been like, yeah, that's how politics works here, I guess.
Well, first of all, gold is financial security, and 14-year-old, well, she's not 13, so that's a win.
Easy, Megan Kelly.
He could have been plowing 12-year-olds, or he could just not be doing anything with a 15-year-old. Yeah, but he did do something with a 15-year-old.
Do you think all other pedophiles are going to use this in court, where they're like, 14, she wasn't 8, so maybe just let me off with a slap on the wrist here.
Did you see what's it called? Somebody posted up. He's like, I love the fact that the rights Me Too movement is just people coming out and admitting that they're pedophiles
also
too.
Pedophiles.
But one guy who came out was like, yeah, man, when I was 24-year-old as a professor, I went ahead and had sexual relations with my 14-year-old student. What the F?
Oh, no. He said consensual, he went out of his way to say not only was it consensual, but I did not pressure her into this. It was a beautiful relationship. No, you bang kids.
And then again, he does the same thing. He's like, then I was forced to tell people that I'm a pedo and turn off my lights. Yeah, that's what happens when you rape kids, dude. This should be more done to you. That's just the basic. I can't have lights on one day of the year. No, you should be stoned in the city square.
No, you should proudly have to put that sign in your yard saying, I do not give out trick-or-treat candy.
Yeah. Shakira Law, we should go ahead and institute that one, as the right keeps talking about.
Yeah, you should be forced to move to New York.
That communist asshole. But,
yeah.
So the delegation shows up. The tariffs go from 25 to 15%. And do you know what the South Koreans got out of this?
I'm guessing some sort of tariff relief?
They got to join a very inclusive club. In addition to the tariff relief, there used to be 6 countries, but now there's 7. And the 6 countries that used to be in this club alone was the US, China, Russia, UK, France, and India. Those are some pretty big nations, but now South Korea's joined it because Trump went ahead and said, we're going to help you guys build nuclear submarines. And he's like, yeah, man, we're going to build these bad boys in Philly, so it's going to be jobs for Americans. And the South Koreans like, no, we're going to build them here, and you're going to help us. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I think South Korea might be still a little upset about that Hyundai plant, so...
We're not coming back to your effing country. You kicked us out of, what was it, Georgia it was at?
Yeah, Georgia.
Yeah, F that place. And plus, we'll keep this at home.
Deport me once, shame on me.
Ice me twice.
Yeah,
you'll never get iced again.
Ice me twice, I love that.
Well, remember Bush, he's like, you know what the saying is? Fool me once and shame on you. Fool me twice and you can't get fooled again.
God, we hated Bush, and I would blow a hobo to get W back. Give me 8 more years of Iraq. I don't care anymore. Just give me something.
Bushisms are funny now, but at the time you're like, this is about as dumb as a president as you can get. Hold on, wait for another 15 years. Mother F, this is a guy?
Hold my Diet Coke.
Yeah. So now what's it called? South Korea's getting nukes. They're doing it in their own country. And if you think Trump's going to enforce the whole, it has to get built in Philly, you lost your mind. That dude doesn't care. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be building a hotel in South Korea, completely unrelated.
100%.
Yeah. And also, the next country up was Switzerland. And Switzerland gets hit with 39% tariff, and it recently went down to 15% because dudes literally showed up, be like, hey, man, you like gold? He's like, yeah, I love gold. He's like, how about this Rolex desk clock and this giant engraved gold bar? Didn't even try. At least Tim Cook's like, I'm going to get you this little thing here. It's going to be an Apple sign. It's going to say built in America. They're like, I don't know, man. You like the shiny stuff? Love it. They're like, here's a gold bar with your stupid name on it. Okay. I'm gonna slash the tariffs in half, and now I'm a genius.
Yeah, see, and you know what? And kudos to the Swiss for just cutting through all the red tape BS, and be like, hey, look, we only exist as a country from all hiding all this Nazi gold. Would you like some now?
His ears perked up when he said Nazi. He's like, what?
Huh?
Grandpapa?
Me?
So, but Grift is going to keep going. And today, what's it called? He's meeting with Mohammed bin Salman, MBS from Saudi Arabia. He's not really the leader there. His dad is, but he's a mover and shaker. He's a public face. And MBS hasn't been in the States since about 2018, when there was a little bit of a matter about Jamal Khashoggi getting all, moving on to a different planet. Do you remember the little incident about Khashoggi?
Washington Post reporter, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, was a reporter. So essentially, he was writing.
Oh, did he retire?
Yeah, he was given an early buyout by Doge, the Saudi branch. So he was out there in the States. He's reporting for Washington Post, and he's writing things that the Saudis do not like. And much like all wannabe dictators and actual dictators do, they hate the free press. So they're like, hey man, why don't you come into the embassy for this sweet visa? And Khashoggi walked in, and then he walked out, but he walked out of multiple suitcases because they chopped him up in there. From what I don't remember exactly, but they definitely chopped him up. And I would imagine if you're going to chop a guy up, you probably tortured him beforehand. So there was a little bit of an outrage to that one. And that's why he hasn't been back since 2018. But F it, dude, if you can build a condo somewhere, like, all's forgiven.
Yeah, there is a nice... There is something nice about knowing no matter what you do, you can be forgiven by just paying a bunch of money. I just don't think, we should form policy on that,
Isn't this what...
I'm a socialist, so what do you know?
Well, the whole thing where you can buy yourself way into heaven, that's kind of what the church used to do back in the day. Be like, hey man, you're all going to hell unless preacher gets a nice new carriage here. Like, so donate to that donation plate and you'll be saved.
Hey, you know what? If you're going to steal from the best.
It's wild. I mean, the whole thing with MBS. So we're wondering what's going on. So today he showed up. He actually showed up at the White House. They had a whole procession. The military guard was out there. They had the Saudi flags. They had the American flags. They had people on horses just before him. They had a military flyover. They rolled out the red carpet just like for Putin. Like, he was out there putting on a full court press to like sell this guy on everything. And he's like, yeah, I love this man. Really good guy. He's like, and his record on people's rights is amazing. It's spotless. Like, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, just erase everything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So far, we don't know what's happening there. There's been kind of people talking about there's going to be a real estate deal coming down the line, but usually they happen afterwards. It's kind of like, first, this time, we're giving up concessions. They're talking about they're going to be doing possible Article 5 type guarantees to them. We know for a fact they're going to be selling F-35s. And they're also like, if you guessed that we're going to spread our nuclear secrets around like Johnny Epic Appleseed, yeah, we're also supporting the nuclear reactor program. So there's 2 more like countries getting nukes. And yeah, we're responsible for it because MAGA and stuff. No, it's Metro.
Yeah. If there's one thing a peacetime president loves doing, it's handing out how to build nuclear weapons to other volatile areas. Like MBS or, the people next to North Korea.
It's like he'll do anything for the grift. And I mean, the whole thing, like, if you remember earlier this year when he was asked about like NATO, he's like, NATO, we might leave NATO. He's like, what about sharing your weapons and selling your weapons to them? He's like, yeah, we might do it. And his exact like, he said that he wouldn't give NATO like the top tier stuff. Well, when today he was asked at the White House, he said the jets would not be downgraded to ensure Israel's military superiority in the region, which is a departure from a U.S. policy known as qualitative military edge. They'd like you to get reduced caliber. I don't think that makes you happy. It is what Trump told the Crown Prince. They've been a great ally. Israel's been a great ally. And we're looking at that exactly. But as far as I'm concerned, they're both at the level where it should get top of the line stuff. And that is wild. Like, when you're essentially telling NATO to go pound sand, and these are the same people who you invoked Article 5 post 9/11, and they came to your aid, and you're like, yeah, we'll give you watered down stuff. But this guy right here who's chopping up his own people, and some people have said may have played a part in 9/11, like, top tier stuff. F it.
Well, yeah, that just goes to show you, Donnie got elected, and we all forgot.
No, we literally hosted a guy who had a $10 million bounty on his head on Veterans Day at the White House. And they're like, Donnie's a socialist. Like, that's your outrage?
Oh, well, at least we know MBS isn't trans, so he'll have to swim with the boys.
It's wild.
That's what matters now.
Yeah, like it's crime. There's a crime. Like, that's the one thing we're worried about. And like, I'll leave everybody with this. My whole take on the whole grift thing. Like, I get it for the countries that finally figured out. Well, it's not that hard to figure out the whole thing. He's essentially a troll, and you got to pay a bridge toll. And you come up to the little troll to get in that boy's hole, as they say in Sunny in Philadelphia, and you hit him a couple gold coins, and you walk across the bridge, and you're safe. The downside of his policy is that troll's going to get greedier, he's going to get greedier, and he's going to keep wanting more of that gold coins that you got. And in another 3.5 years, when it's time for that troll to go ahead and retire and leave his post, he's not going to want to leave that post, because every day he wakes up, he gets more and more cash. So this whole appeasement policy, I don't know if you remember it, but it usually doesn't work in history.
Yep. Ready for the guillotine.
Mm-hmm. Bring it on.
All right. So, quick question for you, buddy. Where's the beef?
Not at the store. Well, it is at the store, but it's out of my reach.
Yeah, it's in the expensive aisle now. So all through Trump's campaign last year, he was pounding the table on just beating Biden and Harris to death over the cost of groceries. It's a word. It's a word that's been around for a while. All that moronic BS. So Mr. Day One has been in office for the better part of a year, and absolutely nothing is cheaper, despite the administration's claims. Gas ain't $1.98, homie. Not in this country. In fact, pretty much everything seems to be rising, including beef, which experts are saying will hit $10 a pound by next year. 4 years ago, it was less than $5 a pound.
The guy who owns Omaha Steak said that, so it's not just some rando from Stifler or Stiffy. Like, it's a dude who's really, like, out there pounding meat.
Yeah. Real effing expert. So, now I know what you're thinking. Is this Hunter Biden's fault?
Yes.
Yeah, most likely, right? Is it the tariffs?
No,
couldn't be. Could it be the awesome agreement to import Argentinian beef that only cost us $40 billion?
I haven't been told how to think about yet.
Well, let me answer it for you, buddy. Of course not. Fearless leader doesn't make mistakes. So what's the real reason that beef prices have been taking that express elevator up to the land of unaffordability? Those G&D Mexicans are bringing their cows with them when they're sneaking into the country.
That's the wildest thing. Like, they went from people crossing the border is down to 6 people in the last 12 months. They're like, whoa, those are amazing numbers. It's like, but the 6 that get in here also brought their cows. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Now, to be fully transparent, Scott Bessent actually blamed South American migrants sneaking over the border with sick cattle. But since this administration decided brown equals Mexican, we won't differentiate during this recording either. So just to break it down, this is what Scott Bessent's come up with. I'm just deep diving a little. Colombia, which is the closest country to us in South America, is 1,400 nautical miles away from us. Pretty far, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Bessent isn't blaming the boat Mexicans. He's blaming the walkers. Do you know how far away Colombia is on land?
Slightly more than 1,400 miles?
Slightly more. 3,000 miles away, which includes the Darien Gap, a 54-mile area of jungle and swamps. You know, the type of excursion cows were just born to travel.
So, our drugs are coming by boat. Our meat is getting brought by land. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so as far as I can tell, the working theory from the Brain Trust is migrants travel 3,000 miles or farther because they also blame Brazil, which is add a couple thousand more miles to it, with cattle, undetected. Then they scale a brand new, newly painted fence, an unclimbable fence, with a 1,200-pound effing cow on their back. Then sell that cow to a slaughterhouse. And before you respond, not done yet. Oh, and since America devours 28 billion pounds of beef each year, they'd have to do this about 1 million times annually before this process would even make a dent to the guys over in Big Beef. So yeah, Scott Bessent might be the dumbest SOB ever?
So the Colombian Mexicans are coming here with a cow, scaling a fence, and then going back there with my gas oven, my job, and my guns, correct?
Hunter Biden's laptop and
Hillary's emails.
a bunch of vaccines that make your kids trans.
That is wild. Did you also see what's it called? Like the White House even posted this. He's like, President Trump just signed a bill to end tariffs on beef. Like, way to make America affordable. Like, well, I wonder who the moron is that put that tariff in there in the first place.
Yeah. Nothing about we screwed up here. Just we're ending the tariff to make things more affordable, which tells you who pays for the tariffs, you stupid bastards.
It's the other China pays for. Like, cool.
China. Mexico pays.
Why are we getting rid of it then? It's like, we've done enough tariffs, I guess. Like, you guys don't even try to explain it anymore. Like, Metro.
Next yeah, but over there, boys are boys and girls are girls. They're like, all right, so we're just moving on then.
Quiet, piggy, quiet. Like, if Biden ever said that, like, the outrage would be, they still would be doing into it, like, past Christmas.
Dude, I keep seeing the same thing where it's for a year now. It's in any other timeline, this would be an impeachable offense, but here it's Wednesday.
He literally sniffs someone's hair like his own granddaughter. Like, that guy touches kids. He's like, this guy's been on the plane. Like, well, he's probably just closing deals there, and then he kicked him out of his club, and I don't know, mental gymnastics.
He's mentioned in this Epstein file 1,600 times of what we've had released. Like Kamala laughs funny. Like, I hate this place.
Somebody wants to run our Safeways. It's like, ugh, I can't do this. Well, we've taken enough of everybody's time. I think it's we're gonna let you guys go. We're gonna look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And one of the cool things is, by then, I should be able to make sure that our entire library is available on YouTube. So, JWSP Media, no spaces on the YouTubes. I'm Alex Medway.
And I'm Eric Halsey. Don't care who you are, just sponsor us.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.